Welcome to the Riff. Today on the Riff, Jeremy and Justin talk all things Arrows Out. We hope today is helpful and hopeful. Thanks for listening.
Well, welcome to the Riff. I am Jeremy, and Justin, are you at a spot where you can talk?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay,
good.
Welcome.
Thanks.
It
feels like it's been a while. Has it been a while?
Yeah, because we've had, whether it's, guests, but it's good to be back. I'll say this. I don't want to harp on the time that,
I like what you've done with the place.
Thank you.
Yeah,
we did.
It looks good, man.
A little rearranging today.
Looks good.
So, appreciate it. Well, and if you're a viewer today, welcome to the Riff Studio. We don't want you to think that you're a guest. We want you to think that this is yours. This is your studio. So welcome. If you're an audio absorber of all things Riff, welcome. And we're glad you're here, and nothing's changed on the audio end.
No.
So
still there.
We had a big weekend this weekend. This is, and it continues because as promised, this is Arrows Out gift opportunity. So we've been talking about this for a while here. If you're a North Pointer, then hopefully this isn't new information. But what we've been encouraging people to do is to help us make an impact through local partnerships and give back events, give back ways where we can make an impact outside the walls of the church. And this weekend, we had a give back offering, and throughout the rest of the week, we have all of our giving options. We'll have a give back drop down option if someone wants to give back towards that Arrows Out, specifically the Arrows Out gift. And so this whole initiative is not a financial goal; it's a participation goal. So what do we mean by that, Justin?
Everybody can play a part. So it's not like, okay, so this is the Riff, right?
It's the Riff.
We've done these before where we're like, hey, we're going to take an offering. We're going to point that towards something.
Yeah.
And I remember you saying, there was the one that you were like, it was just silly because we had a number. This was years ago. You were like, it just felt like, I was like, I've got a number. Did God tell you the same number?
Right.
Like, let's play a game. Yeah. It's like, so, the way that this was approached, I thought was very healthy, very helpful. And it's that we hope that everybody can take a step, right? And whatever that means for you. So 100% participation.
Yeah.
So if you call North Point home, we hope that you're able to take a step and just do something towards the Arrows Out initiative to get outside the walls of North Point.
Yeah. And so there's lots of things that we could do. And we're going to talk about that today.
Yeah.
Because maybe you're here, you weren't here this weekend. This weekend's, 100% of this weekend's offering, everything that came in the buckets, all of it went towards the Arrows Out. So maybe you made a gift and you were like, no, I wanted this to go to operations of North Point. I wanted this to be inside though. I wanted this money to build the walls, not to go outside the walls of North Point. But is everything that came in this weekend went out.
And if you want to do that, we're going to have opportunities. So
yeah, we are not fundamentally opposed to having an operation or having locations.
That's right.
If history proves.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. One is we love to support Give Back, but we also believe in operations because otherwise we become somebody else's Give Back project. And so, which we'll talk about that a little bit of just kind of overall church finances today. But as we look at this give back opportunity, and we're still figuring out all the avenues of what came in and what's coming in this week, and by this next weekend we'll have a good idea. We'll share a good idea of where we're at as best as we know going into the weekend. But in the next couple of weeks, we will have a very specific opportunity to celebrate. Here's what came in. But I want to take a little bit of time, and I want to talk about these partnership organizations. We know that there's three really big rocks that we are wanting to make an impact with in this initiative. We have the Convoy of Hope. It's a global feeding opportunity for kids. We have the Dream Center. And then we have our give back events that are coming up in Christmas time, December 14th and December 21st.
And I believe the 7th. I think it's 7/14/21.
Why not? Why
think
not?
it is. All December. Let's
all
just give back
of
the
December.
whole time.
Well, all we know is this. It's a little more complicated now that we have multiple campuses doing multiple local events.
Yep.
But we fundamentally believe that to do a local event at your campus is more impactful than one regional event. And so even though it's more of a challenge to coordinate dates and marketing and communication, those are all secondary to the issue of what meets the need locally. So I want to talk about all those three, the biggest rocks. Then we'll talk about some of the other things that are on our list, depends on what comes in this week. If we can get to it, awesome. We'll talk about a little bit about the vision, and then let's talk a little bit about...
This is great. This is like a table of contents that you just laid out here.
Yeah, and then on page 17, though, I hope we get to that, because if you're a listener of the Riff, you know we are very disciplined at what time we end these episodes.
Oh,
very disciplined, like clockwork.
Absolutely. Today is 15 minutes done. We'll go a little longer. We'll go a little longer. Ish. Yeah.
I also feel like that's true about my messages.
I feel like it's just Saturday night.
Okay, so can we just share a story before we get into this? Riff Raff, is that all right? If you oppose, let us know. Okay. I see no opposition.
All right.
So it was a few weeks ago. And I noticed early on that my clock, I've got a clock. Okay. I don't like to point it out because I don't want everyone turning around and staring at the clock every week and judging me on how long I'm going. But there is a very subtle clock that is my countdown clock.
That turns bright red at 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because 35 minutes that's when I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah.
The idea.
For sure. On paper.
Okay. Now let's just really quick before I tell the story. Out of 50, let's say I speak 40 times in a year on the weekends. How many of those 40 am I done prior to 35 minutes on average?
Oh, I'd say 0.
Yeah. No,
yeah. Around 0.
Some of you are like, I don't like how corporate this is and how it's so produced. I want you to know, as your pastor, I pay zero attention to that overproduced countdown clock. But we have it. And I do feel, so once it hits 35, then it starts flashing at me, right? And so it's obvious that it should be probably time to start thinking about my last point. But a few weeks ago, I noticed early on in the message, first couple moments, my clock wasn't on. And at first I tried to subtly kind of give a couple of cues or whatever, but I don't want to be a distraction. So I let it slide. Yeah. And I trust my gut that, you know what? I've been doing this a long time. I know when to be done. Right. I could just guess. And I didn't want to do math, like what time is it? Add 35. That's weird. So I just went by a gut feel. At the end of the message, and this was a Saturday night, I have no idea what time it is. I have no idea how long I've gone, but I had this intuitive thought that it's probably time to wrap it up. So I wrap it up. And then my first question when I get done from the service is I see you and I say, hey, Justin, how long did I go? And what was the answer?
49 minutes.
And 45 seconds.
45 seconds.
40
so right under 50.
Yeah.
Right there. Just almost hit 50.
Yeah. And so all that to say
but here's the deal, to be fair.
Yeah.
That was with a prayer.
So
you're not, I just feel like you're being hard on yourself. Because that prayer was long.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I didn't feel bad, but I did feel like, I'll tell you who felt bad. Kid volunteers.
Yeah.
Right? Because
when they hit like minute 75 at the service, they had to be wondering, is this?
Yeah. So, but that's all right. We chiseled that down a few minutes by the next day. So all that to say is the Riff, it's like clockwork. This weekend, I think we're talking about Arrows Out giving. Yeah. So, okay, let me talk about Convoy. You talk about Dream Center, and then let me talk about the three events. But what we're specifically doing, Convoy of Hope. Most of you who are in this area, or even if you're hearing this outside of the area, Convoy of Hope is probably fairly familiar. It is one of the leading nonprofits that not only is typically one of the first, if not the first, on the scene for natural disasters, for disaster relief, with food, water, supplies, boots on the ground, cleaning help, whatever they can do with any disaster. They have distribution centers now, more than just in Springfield, where when if it's weather related, they often get a head start and get situated before the situation comes in, or if it's another type of disaster, they'll go quickly from a distribution center. But specifically what we're wanting to do is we would love to raise $50,000 towards a global feeding initiative. And specifically that they have, beyond the disaster relief, they are feeding so many thousands of kids every single day, where many of them, that's their only food source, their only predictable food source. And they do a phenomenal job. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of kids every single day at school. And when it's not school, they have different feeding stations developed. And so whether it is in Haiti, whether it is in Africa, around the world, all these different locations that Convoy is having an impact, they have this feeding program. And what we want to do is we wanted to say, hey, we believe in what you're doing. I mean, it's a very unique deal. And we love to focus our giving, our give back giving, primarily on local initiative, because we believe God placed us in the area for a reason, and that we want to be a blessing, and we want to provide wholeness as much as we can to the area we live. And because there's no shortage of opportunity for that, we focus a lot on that with the Dream Center and whatnot. But we also believe that there is a local a priority, but a global impact as well that we want to have. Convoy does a great job at that. Every year, we've had several people since 2017 been giving towards this food program on a monthly basis directly through Convoy. Every month I get a report of what that looks like. But it's been a long time since as a church we said, hey, let's give a gift specifically to be able to go outside of our area through Convoy. That's what we're doing. I'd love to see $50,000 of this giving initiative go to be able to help people that we'll probably never, ever meet this side of eternity, and just believe that this will be a blessing to those on the receiving end of Convoy's aid. So that's the first thing that I wanted to talk about. We're really excited about it, and I think it'll make an impact. So talk to us about the Dream Center.
Dream Center. Okay, so if you've been around North Point, I mean, for any time, hopefully you've heard us talk about the Dream Center over and over and over.
That's my bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've got the time.
I do have plenty of time.
You could fit it in. But one of the things that we were really looking at with the Dream Center is, what does 25 look like? We've got an annual event coming up. So if you do not have a ticket, and they might even be sold out. I don't know. If it's not sold out, you would just go up to Jody and be like, no, I heard on the Riff that there's other tickets. Yeah. How do I get involved?
Or I would, if it's sold out, I'll probably list a couple tickets on eBay.
That's a great idea. Oh, arrows out. Arrows out, man.
Arrows out, man.
Dude, what's your handle on eBay? Do you have one?
That's not important right now. All right. Well, it's important. It's always important, but it's just a safe and secure site.
For sure. No. So with the Dream Center, Dream Center Academy is always a huge focus of making sure that we are the hands and feet of Jesus.
Yeah.
To the kiddos and the families in that area. And you always talk about how the Dream Center is the music of heaven, and the Dream Center campus can be those lyrics of heaven that moves together, right? So it's just a beautiful combination of those two elements together. But the Dream Center specifically providing help and hope for families in Zone 1 specifically. It's an incredible situation out there. So if you haven't been out there, if you haven't volunteered out there, get involved. There's going to be a link right below this video, this podcast. You can just click, you can serve, you can get involved. And then also they've changed up a couple of things with Wednesday night dinners. We've had Wednesday night dinners forever. One of the things that they're moving to is a real intentional plan to make sure that they're able to not just provide a a hopeful meal on a Wednesday, but a helpful situation throughout the week and throughout the lives of the people that we're able to serve. Everything else will be a Tuesday night based element to where they are specifically taking families through different courses. So it's no longer just a free meal. We'll still have those elements here and there, right? But they really are becoming a very intentionally focused, like just laser focused, what do we need to accomplish in this area? And the money they're able to raise through the Arrows Out initiative is just going to fuel that faster.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of great stuff happening at the Dream Center. So again, if you're not involved, click the link, go to the annual event. Jody and her team do a phenomenal job with that event. It paints a picture of what the Dream Center is. It casts vision. So if you're like, I don't know,
great
after
event.
That night, you'll be like, oh, okay, I'm in. I get it.
It's a great celebration, is what it is, and I'm just so confident that I never feel anything but gratitude when we're able to share resources with the Dream Center, because I know they work so hard to make it go so far, and that's why we're excited about this Arrows Out initiative. And we don't know what we can all bring in together. But a big part of what we bring in, we're hoping to be able to say, hey, Dream Center, be creative with how you use this. You don't have to be stressed about bringing resources in. We got you. That's what North Point does. The third thing is our Give Back Christmas events, and they're coming up. And again, man, you're going to start hearing about those in the next couple of weeks at your local campus. So really, what we do, we have the 4 campuses, the 2 campuses in Springfield, the Dream Center campus and the Springfield campus. They come together and they'll do a big event at the Dream Center. You've got the Nixa campus putting on a big Christmas event, and then on the 21st, you have the Republic campus doing a big event over at a rec center. And so it's 3 different local expressions of how do we hit the need. And so there's a couple ways that we can help as a church. One is we could go shopping for very specific things. Again, you're going to have all those lists, but what we're wanting to do is we're going to want to provide the kind of gifts that really hit the spot for families. And the parents are the heroes, right? The adults, whoever the bigs in that situation, they're the ones that get to pick it out and shop for their kiddos. While we have a great experience for the kiddos, the parents could be shopping, or they're able to then take these gifts, be able to wrap them, put them under the tree. But it's going to be something that's super practical. It's going to be something that's super fun. So there's different ways where we can all shop. So whether it's shopping, we also have designated shoppers. There's some people who, they're like the famous crazy coupon people who like clog up the lines. They get like fired up about how many presents can I get for the best deal and get the good stuff too. And so we've got some really like for real, they're skilled shoppers that for those who say, hey, I want to make a financial contribution and let someone shop, that's a fit too. So we got shoppers, we bring in our stuff, we make contribution. And then a big part of it is serving. Now, you've done this. You've served at the Dream Center with your family, like in different ways. How is that a big impact for your kids to experience the whole give back thing too?
Huge. I mean, we've done the dinner thing, we've done the give back thing, and as the kiddos get older, there's just so many moments that you realize how, number one, grateful we could be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I mean, there's a story that I have a thing in my phone, pops up, and it just says sidewalks. And it's a reminder of just how grateful I could be in times that I probably am not. So we're talking to a gentleman there, and I'm with Lily, my oldest, and he's so excited because he just got a house, right? I mean, it's a huge deal. It was his first home that he's been able to buy. So he's just telling us all about this. And then he says to us, but you know what? Just a bummer, because my little girl and we had on our wish list curbs and sidewalks, and it didn't end up being in the case, but man, it's such a cool house. And then you drive up on our house and there's curbs and sidewalks, and I've never been like, thank you. But we were able to drive home, and Lily and I were able to look at them, and we got out and we were just like, thank you. Right? Yeah. Like, it just changes the game, and it just It's an amazing experience, right? Like, and what makes it an amazing experience is if you talk to people. So you can serve, you can get into all this kind of stuff, and you can speak to no one, and then leave and be like, all right, but I'm just going to challenge you to talk to someone. Yeah. Talk to someone, because it changes the game. It changes your viewpoint. I love them. I love those events. I love them. They're so fun.
So how much do we charge for someone to come through, have the time with their kids, be able to get some food, be able to get the gifts?
We've gone back and forth. We've gone, is it 400? Is it 500? But we've landed on nothing every year.
Free.
So,
50.
yeah. So I think we'll just keep that going. Yeah.
It's something that we provide. Now, is it a free event? No, of course it's not a free event. We do not charge for the event, but the event costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, as a matter of fact, it costs anywhere close to $20,000 to $30,000 for us to do 3 events.
Yeah.
It's not cheaper for us to do them in 3 locations. Yeah. But it's something that we love to do because it really is an expression of love. And so when we talk about the Arrows Out gift, we're talking about, can we feed people we'll never meet and trust that it'll make an impact? Can we continue to provide programs right here in a local area that come alongside of families who can use some help and hope? Can we help make Christmas happen in each of our areas that we have campuses in? And so that's what Arrows Out is. None of it's operations. None of it is to the day-to-day stuff. They're all to be able to go outside of our walls. So not only the things that the opportunity to raise money this last weekend, everything that came in, but even today, if you're listening to it, our Riff throughout this week, our giving option online, you have the Arrows Out link, and would love for you to make an investment, because we're hoping it's an all skate, everybody at North Point. Now, those are the 3 biggest initiatives that are on there.
All skate?
It's an all skate.
That's awesome.
Now,
I don't understand how you bring up skating so often.
I don't understand how you don't. There is no better analogy to have you ever heard of heaven?
Yeah.
The pearly skates?
Yeah.
Or what?
I feel like that should be a book. Pearly Skates by Jeremy Johnson.
Yeah. Well, okay. So
best-selling author of Incident Waiting to Happen.
As a matter of fact, the only selling author of An Incident Waiting to Happen. And you can get that on my eBay. Handle Jeremy's Trinkets. So here's the deal. If let's say our initiative, so much participation comes in that we're able to make that contribution to Convoy. We're able to really give a boost to the Dream Center's programs, and we're able to completely line up everything for our Give Back Christmas events, knowing that we'll be able to be creative of how do we disperse that there. Mm-hmm. And there's still more. We have a whole lot of things. We have other partner organizations that we would love to be able to encourage, especially during the end of the year. It's such a vital time. We have access, we have influence with people that some of these partner organizations don't all have at this time. And we would love to be able to come alongside of some of these great organizations. But there's one thing, and there's all sorts of things we'd love to do locally as well. And all of our campus pastors and their teams are meeting with, hey, if there's an opportunity, here's some things we'd like to do in our local areas. And we love that. But one thing that I've got that I'd love to do, and if it comes in, I think a mobile Dream Mobile, right? Like, so we got the Dream Center. But I don't know if you've noticed, that's stable, okay?
No, I've noticed.
Yeah, it's stable. It's a Dream Center.
Yeah.
Okay? I like the idea of a Dream Mobile that we would be able to check out. It looks like a blood bank, but it's not. It's that kind of motif, right? I think that would be good marketing. So I
was thinking dentist truck.
Yeah.
Like a tooth truck, but blood bank is cool.
Ooh, no, the rolling smile, right? The Smile Mobile. But this would be like the Dream Mobile, and where any of our ministries, young adults ministry, campuses, they can check it out. right? And they would say they would schedule it out and they get to use it, and then they get to fill the Dreamobile with any supplies, gadgets, food, whatever that would hit the mark for their spot. They can drive it to their spot, do a setup, like a pop-up sale without selling, okay?
What would be in the young adult one? It would
The
be
young
just
adult
like
one?
beef jerky and Frisbees? Is that?
Exactly. Yes, it would. But it would be something like, hey, by the way, tonight we have young adults, but right now we're giving out Jack Links, okay? Jack's Link, or is it Jack Links?
Beef jerky. It's beef jerky.
It's the beef jerky, the one with the Sasquatch, right? I mean, come on, so let's say we're just giving that out. We're over there at the Plaster Center, and I mean, you just know you got 45 minutes to hoof it over there to get you a free Slim Jim. And I'm not trying to compete. I'm just throwing out opportunities. And then, Caleb and the crew saying, hey, tonight we'd love to see you. It might be toiletries. I don't know what a young adult needs, okay?
They need shampoo.
Shampoo.
For sure.
Yes, not Caleb. Caleb,
No,
he doesn't need shampoo.
No.
So it might be a Republic saying, hey, we're going to go and we're going to give out boxed lunches at this location in this neighborhood for this, and Nick said, whatever it might be. Every area is able to then check it out. I like the idea of a Dreammobile where we get a boxed truck, a boxed refrigeration truck as well. And maybe it's like the ice cream truck. But it is just giving out, I don't know. We got a lot of brainstorming. I don't know.
Just meats. It's just pot roasts.
Pot roasts. There's a lot of
Listen,
things.
This is awesome.
Okay.
So during Halloween 2 years ago, I love it when kids come to the door because I just give them random stuff.
Yeah.
And this year I got in this kick of giving avocados out. And then we went to your house and you gave the girls avocados. So I just feel like if they put us in charge of filling this baby up, we're not going to fight. We're not going to fight about it.
And you've heard this, you never sniff a gift horse in the mouth.
I've always said that.
Always. And so if you're giving it for free, the plain answer is thank you. Thank you. And what event would you like me to attend? So
I love this idea. I can't wait to fill this baby up.
Honestly, this is a church growth strategy. This is give back. It might even be a ruse, right? If you're giving out free Parmesan cheese packets from Pizza Hut, some sriracha pepper flakes. You know what?
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm grabbing handfuls of sporks from every Taco Bell I go to.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, because you know what? Is someone's going to want it. Someone's going to appreciate it. So I'm just thinking Dreammobile. And right now you can call in right now. Our phone lines are standing by.
They are.
Yeah.
Operators are waiting.
Actually, it's probably better. But here's whatever it might be, whether it's local partnerships, just saying to the campus team, saying, hey, here's the one stipulation on this amount of money is it's got to go to impact the community that you're at. It can't be anywhere inside of our walls. Everything that comes in through the end of this week, through that means, we're going to be able to give back. So we're excited about it. Arrows out. I think it's going to be an annual deal because it's something that we've always done. But like you said earlier, instead of saying, hey, here's what the number should be, give North Pointers an opportunity to say, hey, here's what I want to do. And together, let's all do what we want to do what we can do. And then together we'll say, okay, our job is not to set the goal. Our job is to disperse this in a way that's a blessing outside these walls. Awesome. I know we promised, and we got about a minute and a half, 2 minutes left. Just the finance, the general finance. So one of the things we say, okay, hey, arrows out. Some people are like, man, that's a great idea. We should do every offering that way. Part of we aren't like a recipients of the Lotto program or any endowment from Bass Pro Keep the Change program yet.
Still trying.
Opposed?
Yeah,
not opposed.
Keep the change.
That would be great. I'm spitballing.
Great.
So
full of ideas now, man.
And I just thought of this. When we give out the Parmesan packets, we don't say no to donations because who are we to say no to someone? Anyway, who knows? That might turn into a profit.
Yeah.
But that's not what this is about. Bottom line is North Point. How is North Point funded? Right. Yeah. So just in a quick nutshell.
By the generosity of people.
Yeah.
You, me, others. We're all in this together. So it's the same idea. Now, when we do say that we are funded by the generosity of others, it's not like 100% of that is all operations, and then we're going to do this one thing on the side to hopefully give to, like partner organizations that we really love.
Right.
We give first.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's a principle that we have and that we live by. We run North Point by that. Like that is what we do. We are generous people. So even the operation budget has generosity and giving baked into that.
Yes.
This Arrows Out initiative is more than that, right? It is
above and beyond.
this abundance mindset of like, it's there. So so like I said, and like you said, we're not against building walls. We're not. But to stay in those walls destroys our mission.
Yes.
It destroys it. It destroys it, right? Yep. So our focus is to get outside of the walls, but to get outside of the walls, we at least have to build them, right? Yep. So we do have those elements that we want to see a permanent location in Republic. We really do. That's something that we would love to see in the future. Nixa, they are busting at the seams. Right? I mean,
which is ironic because we gave them new seams.
Yeah, they got new seams. And they're still.
We gave them new seams.
Yeah. You're welcome, Nixa.
But they probably poorly worded. The generosity of North Pointers allowed North Point to have new seams. But.
So, I mean, and it's an awesome issue, right? To have is we've seen so many, specifically within the students and the kids area.
Yeah.
I mean, the ratio of adults to kiddos in Nixa specifically is so high. So, we're going to have to do something, right? Like we're going to have to make sure that we are providing these spaces. Springfield, there's students, a lot of them.
This last weekend, I saw on Sunday alone, there was, I think, like 111 students between the two Sunday services.
Crazy.
And so, and this will allow us, if we get students that a new space, we build on there. It allows us to grow our space for the rest of our family life. And one of the things I'm also excited about, let Springfield look and smell like 2024. That's one of our goals.
100%. 100%.
It's a 20-year-old building now.
And maybe even 25.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But maybe we get a discount if we say you can let it smell like 1-year-old.
I like that.
I'm just always just spitballing.
So as we talk about operational budgets, yes, walls are important, but the most important thing is to get outside of those.
Yes.
And we have everything baked inside of our budget to say, hey, we want to make sure that we're getting out of these walls that we're building because it's not about that.
Yeah.
Now, it is a tool and it's a necessity to make sure that the mission moves forward. It is. But it's not the mission.
Right.
It's not the mission.
100%.
It's not the mission. So
I love it. So Arrows Out, you have the opportunity. We'd love for you to participate if that's something that you're yet to do. We believe in the mission, so we're excited to invite you to join us in that. And we'll celebrate real soon of what we're able to do together. And let's continue to just point the arrows out. And thanks for being part of this mission. Justin, thanks for walking us through that today. And another good Riff experience for me. Was it all right for you?
That was decent.
Okay, that's all right. Not everyone can be the best, right? Not everyone. Have a great week. We'll catch you on the next RIP episode. RIP? Did I say RIP? Riff.
Thanks for listening to this episode of The Riff. We'll have a brand new episode every week, wherever you find podcasts.